The rainy night folk melody came through the open window with the rain, and knew exactly where to find the quiet place inside the evening, the particular space between the lamp and the sound of water. Rainy night folk melody, shorter than a season but complete as one. Rainy night folk melody, begun by nothing but the sound of rain on glass, and the guitar that let the feeling pass through its strings into the room. Rainy night folk melody, the rain and the guitar, the most honest pair. Rainy night folk melody, playing to the walls, to the still air of an evening that decided to be true. Rainy night folk melody, born from rain and quiet, just for you and me and anyone who's listening. Rainy night folk melody, glistening with all the water and the warmth combined. I wrote it for the rain, but really wrote it for the listening, for the private note of recognition when a melody sounds like exactly what you didn't know you needed. Rainy night folk melody, the water taught me everything I know about the patient and the waiting for. Rainy night folk melody, the door between the weather and the inside warm is thinner than we think. The rain can form a melody that enters through the pain. Rainy night folk melody, the rain is the composer and I'm just the hands. Rainy night folk melody understands what rain has always understood. Rainy night folk melody, play through every storm. Rainy night folk melody. Warm coffee and old memories, the pair that finds me every Sunday in the chair by the window where the light comes in at the right angle for the remembering to start the cup a kind of key. Warm coffee and old memories to me, this is the whole of what a morning gives. Warm coffee and old memories. This is how I live, inside the good of what has been and is. The cup in hand, the whole archive of his and hers and mine, belonging to the warm coffee and old memories. The ritual that opens up the past. Warm coffee and old memories, the combination made to always last. Through every year that adds itself to them. Warm coffee and old memories. The kindest way I know to meet again the person I was in a softer year. Warm coffee and old memories, still here, still warm, still opening, still mine. The smell of it arrives before the taste, and in the arriving, without any haste, the old memories smell it too and rise toward the present. Warm coffee's the ties that bind the years together in one cup. Warm coffee and old memories held up to the light. They're both transparent and warm coffee and old memories, the form of self-care that requires nothing more than the cup and the quiet and the door closed on the urgent and the not yet done. Warm coffee and old memories, the one thing I know how to give myself that works every single time, no matter the hurts. Warm coffee and old memories. Every morning, every morning. Warm coffee and old memories. I wrote this with the two simplest chords, because the feeling didn't need the words of complexity to make its case. Soft acoustic love song, the grace of saying what needs saying without flourish. Just the strings and what I want to nourish. In the space between us, warmth and true. Soft acoustic love song, this is for you. No production, no arrangement grand, just the music and the open hand. Soft acoustic love song, the most honest instrument I own. soft acoustic love song, my declaration of everything the complicated hides. I don't need the whole orchestra tonight, just the wooden strings and the right moment of the quiet room and you. Soft acoustic love song, the truth of what I feel requires only this, the simplest instrument, the bliss of two chords meeting in the air between us. Soft acoustic love song, what a thing it is to mean it fully with so little his or hers or mine. The song belongs to anyone who loved with these simple songs of 2 or 3 chords and an open heart. Soft acoustic love song, the art of minimum expression and maximum truth. Soft acoustic love song, this one is for you. Soft acoustic love song. Vintage R&B under moonlight does something to the air that daylight never runs its fingers through. The warm soul combination of the roads and the moon, the invitation of the trumpet's muted call across the silver-lit room. Vintage R&B across the years to hear, still moving like it did. Vintage R&B under moonlight unbid, and necessary all at once. The feel of soul music at its most and most real. Vintage R&B under moonlight, the Rhodes piano and the silver air. Vintage R&B under moonlight, making everything more beautiful than fair. The combination of the warm and the cool. Vintage R&B under moonlight, the roads and the moon, the perfect school of feeling everything all at once. Vintage R&B under moonlight, the dance of soul and silver, that's the whole of it. Someone recorded this in a studio with windows open to the night, and so the moon got into the recording too. Vintage R&B under moonlight, through the years the moonlight in the session stayed. Vintage R&B under moonlight, played back to us now in the same silver key. Vintage R&B under moonlight, be the person who stays on the dance floor late. Vintage R&B under moonlight, wait for the song that only comes at this hour. Vintage R&B under moonlight, the power of the soul and the silver in the room. Vintage R&B under moonlight, the bloom of the night at its most generous. Vintage R&B under moonlight, golden sunset folk pop is what I need when the day has planted a good seed of something worth the singing about. The light comes in and chases every doubt toward the corners where it can't survive. Golden sunset folk pop, being alive has never felt more worth the full attention. Golden sunset folk pop, the intervention of beauty in the ordinary afternoon. The guitar and the gold and the right tune. Golden sunset folk pop, when the day decides to end on its best note. Golden sunset folk pop, everything you've carried in your coat of worry, put it down for just this hour. Sunset folk pop, the guitar has exactly the right power for the gold that's fallen through the glass. Golden sunset folk pop, let it pass through you. This combination, this the chorus of a golden sunset folk pop song arrives when everything goes right and belongs to a universe that got the temperature and the timing and the aperture of light exactly right for once today. Golden sunset folk pop, this is the way a good song earns its place inside a life. Golden sunset folk pop, beyond the strive of everything that made the day what was before this hour. This is the because of all of it, the payoff of the day. Golden sunset folk pop, this the way the good things feel when they arrive exactly when you need them, playing softly, factly in the background of the best moment. Golden sunset folk pop, play it in the gold. Golden sunset folk pop. The late night coffee house has 3 people left. The ones who didn't leave, the gently bereft of somewhere better to be. And me, with this guitar and what I'm trying to say. Late night coffee house ballad, the few remaining faces are the ones most true to what a song needs, ears that are awake. Late night coffee house ballad, the stakes are lower and the honesty is higher when there's only the faithful left and the fire of a single lamp to play by. Late night coffee house ballad for the 3 of you who stayed when others left. Late night coffee house ballad, the most honest version of the song confessed to a room small enough to hold it right. Late night coffee house ballad, the intention of the staying is the best kind of applause. The owner lets us stay past closing down because the song is in the middle of its found self, its truest key, its most unlocked. Late night coffee house ballad, the clock stopped caring when the house got small and real, just the guitar and the particular feel of singing to the ones who understand. Late night coffee house belly, I've planned none of this, it happens when it will. The song finds its own courage in the still of the late room and the faithful few. Late night coffee house ballad, through every honest note, this is what I meant all along. Late night coffee house content. Late night coffee house ballad. Cozy cabin acoustic dreams begin when the fire's found its level and the thin cold of outside makes the inside sweeter. The guitar comes out and nothing's neater than this, the cabin and the acoustic and the dark. Cozy cabin acoustic dreams, the spark of something perfect in the imperfect pine. Cozy cabin acoustic dreams, the sign of a life well interrupted for this night of warmth and wood and music and firelight. Cozy cabin acoustic dreams, the guitar against the fire's conversation. Cozy cabin acoustic dreams, the most complete and human kind of station in the journey, the pause that fills with warmth. Cozy cabin acoustic dreams, the storm outside is information worth remembering tomorrow, but for now, cozy cabin acoustic dreams allow the music and the fire to be enough. The dream comes easy in a cabin sleep, arrives before you've noticed, and you keep the guitar in your lap until it tips. Cozy cabin acoustic dreams, the slips between the waking and the dream are brief and warm. Cozy cabin acoustic belief that this is what the body and the heart are for. Cozy cabin acoustic dreams, the floor of the cabin holds 100 years of rest. Cozy cozy cabin, acoustic dreams. The best are lived in places where the walls are wood, and the music travels through them as it should. Cozy cabin, acoustic dreams, be mine. Every time the outside world needs to unwind. Cozy cabin, acoustic dreams. Fire low, guitar warm. Cozy cabin, acoustic dreams. The gentle indie folk evening arrives with its particular light, the one that thrives in the frequency between the hustle done and the quiet yet to come. The one back hours of the self when you choose the music, and the gentle indie folk refuses to be anything but what it is. Gentle indie folk evening, the quiz of what I need has one answer tonight. The guitar and the evening and the right. Gentle indie folk evening, playing through the golden into blue. Gentle indie folk evening, honest as the light about what's true, about a day, about a life, about the chord. Gentle indie folk evening, a feeling that the indie folk restored to people who forgot that songs could be. Gentle indie folk evening, this simple and this free of everything that isn't just the sound. Somebody recorded this in their apartment with one microphone and one whole heart, and none of the production that can hide the fact that what they felt was just inside the song. Gentle indie folk evening, real in the most transparent sense, the feel of someone meaning every single note. Gentle indie folk evening, I wrote some of my own tonight in the specific light of it, not terrific but honest. Gentle indie folk evening gave me back the believing that a song could be enough just being small. Gentle indie folk evening after all. Gentle indie folk evening, play it simple, play it true. Gentle indie folk evening. Timeless love in summer when the pairing that shows up every year without caring about the age or season of the heart. Timeless love in summer when the art of returning is what makes them both timeless. The annual growth of something that won't let itself be done. Timeless love in summer when the sun knows the combination to certain warmth arrives in the same array. Timeless love and summer wind, every year the same and every year more true. Timeless love and summer wind, the wind that comes back, always bringing you back to the feeling of the best summer. Timeless love and summer wind, the reminder from the warmth, the hummer of a song you recognized before. Timeless love and summer wind, the floor of the heart is made from these returning things. I recognized you in the summer wind, before I saw your face, before I pinned the feeling to a reason. Timeless love was already moving through the above of the season. Timeless love and summer wind arrive together every year and find me in the same spot, always newly moved. Timeless love and summer wind, the grooved record of the years is playing the same side. Timeless love and summer wind, the name for what keeps happening is simple, true. Timeless love and summer wind, and you are in both of them in every year. Timeless love and summer wind, still here. Timeless love and summer wind, return again, return again. Timeless love and summer wind.
The quiet country road, melody exists before I play it in the way the mists of morning lift from the fields on either side, and the road itself is the whole of the wide day's possibility. The quiet country road melody, the most foundry song I know, made from basic elements. Quiet country road melody, the sense of space that certain roads provide, the permission to be wide inside. Quiet country road melody, the guitar just following where the road goes. Quiet country road melody, not knowing the destination, and it shows in the best possible way. The melody, quiet country road melody, finds its own ending at its own pace, free of the urgency of anything but this. Quiet country road melody, the bliss of not arriving yet,
above the field is doing what hawks have always done. The road has cut through the same land for a century. Quiet country road melody to be. Here is to join something older than your particular self. The quiet scan of horizon that the road invites. Quiet country road melody, the rights of way across this land include a song. Quiet country road melody belong to anyone who walks or drives this line of asphalt through the fields. The design of the melody is in the land itself. Quiet country road melody, the wealth of silence between the notes is rolled. Quiet country road melody, keep driving, keep playing. Quiet country road melody. There's a box beneath my bed that holds the letters I wrote out in careful folds. A feeling sealed and never given out to anyone, which is what they're about. Practice of the saying without sending, letters never sent, the unending conversation with myself and you. Letters never sent, the things most true are sometimes kept in envelopes unread by anyone alive, which might be said of love itself, more kept than given. Letters never sent, full of everything that I couldn't say. Letters never sent, waiting in the dark for a different day that never came, and so they stayed. Letters never sent, the most honest things I've ever made in language for the eyes of no one real. Letters never sent, they hold the feel of everything I couldn't say aloud. I write them still sometimes when something needs to be said into the world, and it recedes before I find the courage, so the page receives what wouldn't fit on any stage of public feeling. Letters never sent, the private archive of a whole life spent learning how to speak what I could only everything letters never sent. The birth of something honest in the pen and page. Letters never sent. Someday someone will read them. Letters never sent. The summer wind came early to this year and brought with it the usual freight of deer. Old memories riding in its warmth, the ones that live in summer heading north. From wherever winter kept them waiting, summer wind memories, the skating of sensation across the surface of now. Summer wind memories, the bough of the tree across the road is doing what it did the summer I was 12. What the summer wind has always asked of trees. Summer wind memories, riding in on every warm August day. Summer wind memories, all the ones that summer stored away in the particular temperature of them. Summer wind memories come back every year to live again in the same glad body that once felt this first. Summer wind memories, the thirst of summer for itself, returning always. I let the summer wind come through today and carry what it carries from away, in time to hear the unchanged smell of heat on pavement, ice cream somewhere on the street. The sound of a sprinkler in someone's screen door closing. Summer wind memories between the then and now, connecting every year. Summer wind memories, what's clear is that the summer is a faithful one. It comes back every year beneath the sun, with all it's held for us since we first felt the season. Summer wind memories dealt from the same deck of feeling every time. Summer wind memories, the rhyme of every summer with the first summer. Summer wind memories, carry them back again. Summer wind memories.
The road back home is longer than it was, not in miles but in the weight of because I've accumulated on the way away the things that make the coming back today different coming back than any other. The road back home, the pull of a mother's kitchen, and the sound of the particular door. The road back home, more and more the years go by, the more I understand the value of the road back to the land. The road back home, longer in the leaving than the mile. The road back home, every year I'm gone, there's more to reconcile with who I was when I was only there. The road back home, not a failure but a kind of prayer for what I came from, what I still contain. The road back home, I walk it in the rain and in the sun and in the in-between. The old post office and the hardware store are gone now, but the feeling at the core of what this place was made of still persists. The road back home, it still exists in the muscle memory of turns I know before the sign. The road back home was slow recognition of the familiar light. The road back home, it keeps me through the night of being far from it. The knowledge that it's there and I can go back and reflect of it in memory. The memory is all. The road back home, the spring, the summer, fall of every year that all the roads I ran. The road back home, it made me who I am. The road back home, I'm on it, I'm always on it. The road back home. Dancing in the firelight goes back before the music had a name, before the floor was anything but earth, before the need for explanation, just the fire's feed of light and warmth and someone's foot keeping time. Dancing in the firelight, the ride of human joy with heat and movement, old dancing in the fire.
the oldest kind of happiness I know. Dancing in the firelight, where the shadows leap and the embers glow, and nobody asks what you're celebrating. Dancing in the firelight, the fire's reason enough, the rating of joy by the height of the flame is true. Dancing in the firelight, me and you, and everyone who ever stood near fire. My great-grandmother danced in firelight too, before electricity made the old untrue fashionable. She danced to the same pull of warmth and music, the same claim that fire makes on feet, dancing in the glow of something ancient, something that we know before we're told. The body remembers fire, dancing in the firelight, where the choir of every generation that has known this particular joy, the firelit tone of celebration, lost in everything. Dancing in the firelight, we sing with our feet the oldest human song. Dancing in the firelight all night long. Dancing in the firelight, keep the fire burning. Dancing in the firelight.
Moonlight on Cedar Street has its own sound. The way the silver falls on the particular ground of this block, these houses, these specific trees that have been here longer than the families they've watched come and go. Moonlight on Cedar Street, the oldest and the most eager, witness to the life of this small place. Moonlight on Cedar Street, the face of home in its most beautiful condition. The silver light, the neighborhood tradition. Moonlight on Cedar Street, falling on the same houses every night. Moonlight on Cedar Street, making everything familiar feel right, in the way that only home and silver can. Moonlight on Cedar Street, the same moon that lit the whole lifespan of everyone who ever loved this road. Moonlight on Cedar Street, the code of belonging written in the light. I walked it late and stopped at 34, where the Hendersons lived, whose open door In summer, let the kitchen sounds come out. Moonlight on Cedar Street, the route of my whole childhood in a half mile. Moonlight on Cedar Street, the style of light that made this ordinary grand. Moonlight on Cedar Street, I understand now what I couldn't then, that this small thing of silver light on pavement was the rain of home around me, and I didn't see. Moonlight on Cedar Street, the free and given gift of it, the beauty placed. Moonlight on Cedar Street, embraced by everything I was before I left. Moonlight on Cedar Street, I'll find my way